Let's get to the waiver wire presented by KFC as we're looking for the top targets in everybody's league that everybody's going to get, Kimmy, as they're trying to win a fantasy championship or perhaps just trying to store them to keep their opponent from getting them. Who should they be getting?
I think people will be searching on the waiver wire for Rex Burkhead and Rank. By the way, he's still available in about 92% of NFL.com leagues. I know, it's crazy. But by the way, he also had 22 touches, 149 yards, and 2 touchdowns against the Chargers. We knew that the Chargers have always been bad against fantasy running backs, but Rex Burkhead has been incredibly good this season, not just in that game. 15-plus touches in 3 straight contests. I say go run out, pick him up, stash him, do all of the things. He is incredible.
If you can't get Burkhead, someone else that might be up for consideration, Boston Scott. He's available in 95% of NFL.com leagues, 11.5 fantasy points per game in the 3 games without Miles Sanders this season. And Washington has allowed the most receiving touchdowns to running backs this season. We know that this team likes to use their running backs very creatively, and we know that this team is rolling and they're trying to make the playoffs, so they're very motivated as well. So I think this is a great opportunity and also one that you should probably put on your bench. I actually put a waiver wire claim in because I'm playing Kimmy. She's got a way better team. So he is one who I made a claim for earlier today.
Yeah, those 2 players should be the first 2 running backs that you're trying to target. If you're super desperate, I believe you could go for Dari Ogumboile. He's available in 99% of NFL.com leagues. He would obviously be the volume monster with James Robinson out for the rest of the season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last week, 17 rushes, 57 yards, a touchdown. He had 4 targets. A lot of that is good. He's had 11 fantasy points per game in 2 starts last season. The only problem with all this, he's playing the New England Patriots this week, who, by the way, are pretty good against running backs. So I would claim him as a desperation move, but clearly not be my top priority.
Sometimes desperation is, it's desperation for a reason. That was the waiver wire presented by KFC, but you need to know how you're going to go about acquiring these players because priority is going to be a priority here in this next segment. We're going to go around the horn, rank you first, order them 1 through 3, and how you would go about getting your top waiver wire targets.
Well, I would take my guy Rex. I would have Boston Scott as my number 2 guy. And if you're looking for a wide receiver, let's say all the good ones are off the board. Not that Kadarius Toney's not good. Kadarius Toney has had 21 targets over his last 2 games. He's got a decent enough matchup against the Chicago Bears, who don't like playing their best cornerbacks for whatever reason. I don't know. They love the veterans in Chicago. But by the way, Kadarius Toney could be a thing.
All right, I'm going to take over my rankings here, Rick. Number 1, my guy Rex Burkhead. Number 2, I think you can go for Boston Scott or Jordan Howard. I know Jordan Howard's dealing with a bit of a stinger, so Boston Scott is a little bit higher on my priority list. And then number 3, Isaiah Mckenzie, because he was a beast for Josh Allen and the Bills in Week 16.
Okay, so my number 1 and number 2 are the same, just flip-flopped around. And then at number 3, another running back that you might want to consider in Craig Reynolds. There's a ton of question marks for who's playing for the Lions this week, so go grab him because we saw that he did a very nice job, especially with Jared Goff present. So that could be a nice one for you as well if you need a running back.